y'all. So this is day 2 of our road to Fuel Fest, and basically what we're going to be working on here is, like I said in the last video, we got the new radiator there, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out real quick on Gabriel's Integra. Hopefully we can get that filled up with water, because I still want to flush the rest of the system, make sure the block is clean of any contaminants. The like the cooling jackets are completely clean of like oil and debris and anything else that might have fallen in there from doing the head gasket and stuff. And then we'll go ahead and fill it up with coolant. But for now, I just want to get right into it. I'm really limited on time. I still have to take an exam later on today, and I still would like to try to get it to work on my car, even if it's at least tomorrow and Wednesday, to get my stuff done. So let's just go ahead and get cranking and get this in and out. So radiator's already out. I drained most of the coolant in there. As you can see, we didn't really make too much of a mess. And so yeah, all we got to do now is just swap those fans over from that one to this one, and that lower radiator hose. And basically the same way you saw me pick it up, all in one piece. We're just gonna drop it right back in, and then after that we can turn the car on, hopefully take it for a drive and see what those AFRs are looking like. Well, y'all, so just a quick update. I've been trying to move along on the car and haven't really had time to really keep up. Actually, now that I remember, I've needed to there's a throttle body hose that I needed to tighten. Like earlier we were running the car or whatever and started like hissing. I think it's like this hose right here. Yeah, so it's like not all the way in. It's kind of hard to see without the light. Let me get the light. Alright, pretty much all that's done. I couldn't really take it for a drive because my laptop is inside charging. It should be fully charged now, but I started doing the door handles and the mirror and stuff. And let me tell you, these door handles on these sedans suck. I feel like everything on this car has just been like that. I'm so used to working on my coupe, and I'm just always like, yeah, let me, you know, like, oh yeah, that's gonna be easy. That's not gonna be that big a deal, you know, and then I sit here and I start doing it, and it's like, man, this is completely different than on my coupe. So yeah, so door handles, which normally take me like 10 to 15 minutes to do on my coupe, on this damn sedan, it's been like an hour. I've literally watched a whole podcast of Dudes Behind the Foods, and I literally just got the one door handle out. Yeah, so there's where we're at right now. So I'm literally just getting the one done, and then since I'm already on that side, I'll do the mirror, and then worst case scenario, I'll just have to do the other one tomorrow, because I really want to take the car for a drive tonight and start trying to get it tuned and getting it set up. So, and at this point, I don't even know if I'll, I mean, like I said, I don't really need to do much on my car, so it's not a big a deal. It's not that big a deal. As long as I can get my car to my buddy's house to be able to polish the hood and get the swirl marks out of the hood and stuff like that, and fix the hanging side skirt, I'll be good with that. So other other than that, I mean, the car will drive there. It'll be perfectly fine there. I'm not too worried about it. I don't need to get any of that stuff done. So I just want to make sure that this car is good to go, and then hopefully it can leave me alone long enough to allow me to mess with the EF project, the EF sedan project that we have. So, oh man, but yeah, so it's about 9 p.m. right now, and so let's keep pushing forward, try to get this done. It's like day 3, Saturday, Sunday, today's Monday, so day 3 of the road to Fuel Fest. So yeah, let's see how far we get before I tap out. All right, so we got everything swapped over. So basically the main thing you gotta swap over is this harness right here. You gotta swap over your door lock so that your key works with the door lock. And this and this cover piece here can be either or, it doesn't really matter. But so basically, let's see if I can do this juggling this with one hand. So you take your key and see your key fits, and then what that does is it turns this like this, and that's what activates your lock mechanism. Your lock actuator in the door is a little rod that goes in there, and once you push it down like that, it locks it, and then you go the other way, it unlocks it. So that's pretty much that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that back in and swap out the mirror, and see what time it is when I get done with that. All right. So quick little update before I call it a night here. I was able to take the car out, and I was able to tune it with the Type R cams. I've got a JDM P30, so B16 map set up, and made a few fuel adjustments and stuff like that. It's idling pretty steady, 14.7. It was running real rich at first, so I had to kind of even out the table a little bit because it was like super high up top, and as I would start driving, it would go to like 10 and the car would just bog down. So I basically just had to adjust it. Now it's running like the AFRs are basically right where they need to be, but it's not running right. Like, it feels healthy, it feels really smooth, but I don't know. Like, I know this motor has a lot more in it. So I'm gonna clean up, call it a night tonight. I'm gonna go inside and take this exam, finally get it done and out of the way. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll continue this tomorrow and see where we end up at. And I'll probably have to adjust the cam gears, because the thing with the Type R cams is they have a much more aggressive like duration. Lift and duration. So some people will usually advance the timing. I believe it's on the intake side. I have to double check the numbers, but I believe they advance the timing like 3 on the intake side, and they don't touch the exhaust side. Or I've heard other people say like +2 on the intake side and like -1 on the exhaust side, so they kind of overlap. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research tonight, and then I guess figure this out as I go along. Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about. I mean, I'm no expert. I've got quite a bit of experience like rebuilding these motors and stuff like that, but as far as like getting into like the tuning and like all this other stuff, you know, that's basically what I'm doing, is I'm learning, and that's what the viewers are following me on. They're following me on this journey to basically learn and get better at my craft and just figure this out little by little, you know. So but yeah, so we'll call it a night here, and then we'll pick this up tomorrow. so just real quick, y'all, this is where I'm gonna end off the night. I tuned it to the best of my ability, because basically what's happening is, I think these cams have to get degreed or something. The issue that I'm having is that basically when I go to set the ignition timing, I don't know if I mentioned in the last few clips that I tuned the car last night, and basically what was happening was that even though it was tuned correctly and it was driving good and all that, it was still like dog shit slow. And the reason for that being is because I actually forgot to set the ignition timing. Typically on these Honda motors, the ignition timing gets set to about 16 degrees advanced. And for whatever reason, with the distributor that's mounted on here, I can only get to about 10 degrees. So I can't squeeze the maximum power out of this thing. It drives great. It pops VTEC. Everything works. But it just doesn't work how it's supposed to be working. You know what I mean? So right now we're going to go ahead and take it back home. And we're going to park it. And I'm going to go ahead and knock out that other door handle. I'm not going to record that because doing the driver's side pissed me off enough. So I just want to get that side done and out of the way. This car, I don't really want to keep experimenting with it because I would hate to mess something up before Fuel Fest. I mean, right now, it's driving freaking amazing. It's actually pretty quick for not being able to get the ignition set to where it needs to be. So I'm going to leave it like this. And I'm pretty sure Gabriel's going to be fine driving it like this. The only thing that I need to do is I need to wait for daylight. Once it hits like daylight or whatever, so I can make sure that it's not blowing any blue smoke. Because it is still kind of blowing a little bit of smoke when I rev it. But every time I go near the exhaust, it just smells like fuel. So I need to wait for daylight or a day when I have some daytime so I can actually see what color the smoke is. But I mean, other than that, driving, when I look behind me, I don't see any smoke. I mean, when Gabriel was driving before, he was saying there was plumes of smoke behind him. So yeah, this is where we're gonna leave it at for tonight. So guys, without further ado, that's gonna be the end of this video. There is probably gonna be one last video where I'm gonna be prepping my car and I'm gonna be washing and detailing these cars and getting them ready. It's gonna be the final moments for Fuel Fest. Don't forget, if you like this video and you enjoy watching my videos, please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, especially if you want to stay tuned for the road to Fuel Fest. Follow us as we prep all our cars and everything, you know, towards Fuel Fest. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram channel. That's CM_Project B Team. That's another way to keep tabs on the things that I'm doing, that me and my friends are up to. And I'm probably also going to be going live at Fuel Fest, and I'm going to be posting a lot on my stories and stuff there. So if you're from out of state, you're not local, and you want to keep tabs and see what Fuel Fest is all about, you can do that through my Instagram channel. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. So everybody, take it easy. Catch you on the next one.